Hey internet friends, little different video today. We drove up to Western North Carolina from Atlanta on Thursday, October 24th, and I wanted to share the footage. I was unprepared for the level of destruction that I saw 3 weeks after Hurricane Helene, which dumped almost 2 feet of rain over the span of hours, caused massive flooding along the rivers and mudslides up in the mountains. Not to mention death and destruction. There are still a ton of people missing, and Asheville, sitting at 2,000 feet above sea level and over 300 miles away from the nearest coastline, was hit pretty bad. But keep in mind the towns of Chimney Rock and around Lake Lure are more remote and even worse, which is actually hard to imagine because these parts of Asheville that I'm showing you were so devastated. This area you're seeing here is the River Arts District along the French Broad River, beside which a water treatment plant, a landfill, and numerous chemical and manufacturing facilities were flooded. And as you can see, a lot of that junk, most notably the PVC pipes, are in the river now. What are the implications of all this sewage and chemicals getting into the water supply and ultimately the mud that's caked thick over everything and now going airborne into dust because it hasn't rained since, September? What does that mean when you're bathing in that water, when you're searching through that mud, when you're inhaling that dust on a daily basis? We saw several folks in hazmat who were looking through the debris. I don't think they were FEMA. I think they were Samaritan's Purse, since that's now their protocol. And obviously you can see the railroad is toast here. This is not me trying to downplay all the hard work and cleanup effort that has already taken place, but it's hard to imagine the scope of devastation if you don't live in the area. And I was taken aback by just how bad things are even 3 weeks later. These people who are affected really need more help and to not be forgotten about, because look, even when you get it all cleaned up, these buildings are getting condemned by the government and the business owners and residents can't rebuild there. Because now it's considered a floodplain when it wasn't a floodplain a month ago on the map. The topography has totally changed because of all this flooding. Do you see that giant sinkhole there that opened up? And while the majority might have had homeowners insurance or some kind of insurance, a lot of them didn't have flood insurance. Why would you up in the mountain? So they're out of pocket with nowhere to go, no funds to rebuild, and they're still having to pay their mortgages, even if there's no house to speak of, so they don't go delinquent. And FEMA is not well liked around here. The general sentiment is that they haven't been helpful. They function like a typical government entity. They're afraid of all the liability. And maybe it's not just that. Maybe it's not just carefulness. Maybe it's something else. You get what I'm saying. I saw this handmade sign about FEMA while I was editing, and I was trying to figure out what it says. Does anyone know? What is like that on the roof?
There's a bunch of recycling. There's like a bale of recycling glass there.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Talking to people, the most helpful folks were people out of the communities, the Samaritan's Purse, churches, and the National Guard, whose deployment was delayed by the governor of North Carolina. We drove past 1 million churches, and all of them had staging areas for volunteers and donations. Also, there were several homemade signs in the area saying looters will be shot, so I guess that's a problem people have to deal with now too. There were still a lot of road closings and hardworking people out there doing repairs to make them passable. As you can see, all the trees were leaning because of the force of the water that rose well above your head, and to the tops of the trees were various trash and people's clothing is still stuck up there in the branches. We walked around a little bit and it was jarring to see how much trash and clothing was still up in the trees. And to imagine how tall that surge of water must have been. It must have been terrifying. There are still totaled cars everywhere, and the orange X, because I followed the whole Lahaina disaster, which is very in line with this one as far as, the government caring about it. The orange X means they've been searched and there's no human remains in there. It's full of, it is full of wood. The debris piles are everywhere, and there was even a spot under the bridge where it wasn't even a pile. It was overwhelming. There is a smell. You couldn't even see the ground. It was just piles upon piles upon piles. People are still without water and power. They're homeless. Their kids don't have any structure, a school to go to. The adults don't have their jobs to go to. They're still expected to pay their mortgage even if they don't have a home. And they'll be in this limbo for a while. And remember, Asheville has more resources than these smaller towns. These smaller towns are really, really in need of help. Without getting too far into the weeds here, because I just wanted to tell you what I saw with my own two eyes, I also wanted to tell you that our government has sent billions of dollars to Ukraine, Israel, and other countries since Hurricane Helene. And the dozens and dozens of people I've spoken to who have written in, I don't know one person who has qualified for the $750 immediate relief. Family farms, generational homes, a lot of survivors feel forgotten and like they're being pushed out of their towns, out of their homes, and robbed of their land. The media has done a horrible job of covering this disaster. I even had one comment on a video clip I put up of this where the news station was like, "Can I use this clip?" Why aren't you there? Why aren't you there filming your own clips? No, you can't use this clip. And just to end this, I wanted to show you a town that's just down the road. It's called Maggie Valley. It's so cute. And there was definitely some destruction and damage there, but the leaves are at peak up in the mountains. And as we were driving out, we were leaving, I was thinking to myself, it's crazy that something this beautiful can be neighbors with such devastation. Anyway, internet friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Bye.